I'm Sia, and I just discovered that most of our personality is fake. And here's how I know. We all act differently alone than when other people are around and watching. We change our voices, our posture, even our opinions based on who we're with. I know someone who spent half their life collecting friends who didn't actually know them. They molded their personality to fit different groups. The party friend, the intellectual friend, the wellness friend. And one day they realized they had hundreds of acquaintances but felt completely alone because nobody knew who they really were underneath all the personas. That's when it struck me. We're all living fake lives, and it's destroying our ability to connect with other people. So pause for a second and think. How many versions of yourself do you have right now? There's the work you, the family you, the social media you. Have you got your number? Have you calculated? That's how many fake personalities you're managing every single day. We've been trained by the approval economy to perform every single moment of our lives. The approval economy is this invisible system where our worth gets measured by other people's reactions. Likes, comments, nods, smiles, invitations. We're constantly collecting evidence that we matter, and it's making us completely fake. We constantly adjust our personality based on who we're around. You edit yourself to get approval without even realizing it. You have a work you who says things like, "Let's circle back on that later," a family you who agrees to things you feel you must do, a social media you who apparently has way more fun than you actually do. Most people think being agreeable is nice. I think it's cowardly, because every day you perform is another day you're not actually living. Let me get personal for a minute. 3 years ago, I was so deep into people-pleasing that I didn't even know what I actually liked anymore. I was getting oat milk in my coffee because I thought it made me seem more health conscious. I'd agree to plans I had zero interest in because I didn't want to be the squeaky wheel. I was nodding along when people talked about new wellness techniques I'd never tried because I didn't want to seem out of the loop. I was basically cosplaying as the person I thought people wanted me to be, and it was exhausting. One day, someone asked me what I enjoyed doing for fun. I stared at them for a few seconds. I had no idea. I'd been performing for so long that I completely lost track of who I actually was underneath all the acting. How many years of your life have you already wasted being someone else? Wait, it gets worse. I discovered that performing isn't just exhausting, it's actually guaranteed to make you lonely. The approval economy doesn't tell you this. The people you're trying so hard to impress, they're also performing for you. So you're basically two actors trying to impress each other's fake characters. It's completely insane when you think about it. I watched this at yoga class recently. One woman was talking to someone next to her about mastering Sursana at a mountain retreat. The other woman clearly had no idea what she meant, but she nodded, enthusiastic, and said, "That sounds incredible." Then she suddenly stopped and said, "You know what? This is my third yoga class, and I have no idea what you're talking about." Instead of getting angry, the first woman laughed and said, "Sursana is just a headstand. I've been doing yoga for 10 years and still can't hold it for 5 seconds." They ended up having this amazing real conversation instead of that weird fake exchange. That's when I realized when someone admits they don't know something, or that they're struggling, or that they actually hate the thing everyone else loves, that's when you connect with them. But here's the cost nobody talks about. When you're performing all the time, even if people like you, they don't actually like you. They like your act. So you end up feeling lonely, even when you're surrounded by people, because nobody knows the real you, including yourself. And the approval economy loves this, because lonely, insecure people buy more things. They seek more validation. They perform more desperately. And that's when I realized I needed a system to break out of this cycle. So I created something I call the fake detector. Not the greatest name, but it completely changed how I showed up in the world. Here's what I started doing. Before I respond to anything someone says to me, I ask myself, am I about to say what I think or what I think they want to hear? Last week, a friend invited me to this trendy new workout class. The old me would have said, that sounds great, even though I hate gyms. Instead, I caught myself and said, actually, I'm not really into gym workouts. Do you want to go for a run? Notice I'm being honest, but I'm also offering an alternative. I'm not just being a truth bomb. And here's what surprised me. It felt slightly uncomfortable to suggest the walk. And that's how I knew it wasn't authentic. We've been programmed to think smooth and easy equals good. But authentic often feels a little awkward at first. My friend said yes, and we had the best conversation we'd had in months. And afterwards, I felt lighter instead of drained. That's when I realized your body is the ultimate fake detector. But here's the key. This isn't about becoming brutally honest about everything. It's not about telling your boss their presentation was terrible or announcing to your friend that you think their husband is annoying. It's about being selectively authentic in ways that actually matter to your life and relationships. So before you say the real thing, ask, will this help or hurt the situation? But knowing these techniques is only half the battle. The real challenge is you need to stop being so good at being fake. I realized I'd gotten so good at being someone else that I'd forgotten how to be myself. So I started small. I stopped saying, let me think about it, when I meant no. I stopped agreeing to restaurants I hated. I stopped pretending to understand references I didn't get. And something amazing happened. The people who mattered didn't care. They were relieved I was being real. And the people who did care, they weren't my people. Now imagine this. Never second guessing again what you say. Never walking away from conversations feeling drained. Never wondering if people actually like you or just your performance. That's what happens when you stop managing fake personalities and start being authentically you. Remember, that person I told you about at the beginning, the one with hundreds of acquaintances but no real friends, 6 months after they started using their own version of the fake detector, they had fewer friends, but deeper connections. They knew who they really were again. And for the first time in ages, they felt genuinely known and loved. The world doesn't need another fake version of you. It needs the real you. So here's your fake detector challenge for the week. Pick one small area where you've been performing and try being real instead. Maybe it's admitting you don't like a film everybody loves, or saying, I'm not really into that, when someone suggests plans you hate. Just once, see what happens when you choose real over performance. Because here's what I've learned. Your real life is waiting for you when you stop performing. So please hit the like and subscribe button. And if you'd like to learn how to take back control of your life, click on the video in the top right-hand corner. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next week.